If this reading has found you today, consider yourself very, very lucky. But this goes beyond luck, okay? The only reason that this message is finding you is because your soul led you here. Your soul knows that you are deserving of this message, and your higher self knows that eventually this message is going to transform into your reality. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. Let's see what your guides, your ancestors, God, this universe wants to share with you today. First of all, I'm getting the angel numbers 888, also 1111. These are numbers that you will probably begin to see more as a confirmation of what is going to be revealed here, okay? What does this collective need to know? First, we're going to start off with the romance angels. Okay, this is why everything is happening, because you have learned how to love yourself first. You have learned to show yourself the same compassion that you show others. You have learned to show yourself the same compassion that maybe you were never given at a certain point in time. Whether this was in your childhood, whether this was during your adolescence, whether this was whether this was in past romantic situations, okay, friendships, okay? And your guides want you to know that it's actually your self-respect that makes you the most attractive, and it's your self-respect, it's your boundary setting and standing firm on those boundaries that is going to bring you who and what you want in love, okay? Let's see what else. You deserve love. You are lovable. They couldn't be any more clear. And I think at some point you finally began to understand this, to understand this. You took a hard look at the way that you love others, and at some point you had to admit to yourself that you are deserving of it too. You are deserving of showing up for yourself in the same way, which is why the person that you are going to attract, or that some of you may have already attracted, is going to be a reflection of what you believe yourself to be deserving of, okay? They're going to be your dream manifestation of a partner, okay? And your guides want you to stay optimistic about this. They want you to stay optimistic about your love life. They want you to remember that positive thinking and faith, that's what's going to bring you romance. But a lot of the times people get annoyed with hearing, oh, you just need to think more positively, or you just need to be authentic, you need to be yourself. And the reason that people deem this guidance as something that is hollow and empty words is because actually taking this advice means making the conscious choice to do so. And a lot of the times people will brush it off as just being words because they have no intention to apply it. But you understand that words are spells. The thoughts that you think, the words that you speak, they become the house that you live in. And so now you are learning how to take care of these things. You're learning how to speak life into your desires instead of saying things to delay your manifestations, okay? You understand that as long as you are able to hold the vision of what you want, you will see it. And I feel a lot of you, this vision includes true love. It's not the entirety of the vision that you have, but it is a big part of it. And your angels are showing that this is a love worth waiting for. Divine timing is playing a big role in the way events unfold, but this is going to be the romance of a lifetime, okay? For some of you, if you are being called to be in some kind of spiritual solitude at this time, or to be single, understand that this is not a punishment, but this is a time for you to heal and to learn how to forgive and learn how to release and heal the past, okay? They're showing that as you release and heal the past, you are going to experience more love in your present reality. And not just romantically, but maybe even with family, maybe even with friends as well, maybe even at work with your coworkers, with your bosses, okay? Let's see what else wants to come through here. I'm also getting the zodiac signs of Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. So you could have heavy air sign placements in your chart, either in your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or maybe even your person will as well, okay? Let's see what else wants to come through here. Toaster. This card speaks of a sudden pop-up, something emerging. Your guides are trying to prepare you for something. They want you to brace yourself. They're saying, get ready for a delightful surprise, a delicious surprise that is going to bring you much joy, okay? And I'm hearing that this is more than love. This is more than romance. It's abundance in all forms. And this is happening because you have actively been working on rebuilding your foundation. Again, going back to what I was saying, paying attention to the words that you think, the beliefs that you hold to be true, the things that you feel. You're observing more closely which things serve you and which things do not, okay? All of these things are going to manifest for you because you have chosen to take the initiative to straighten out certain things in your life that were not physically or emotionally fulfilling for you anymore, okay? You have called back your energy, called back your power. You have recognized, I am the authority over my own life. I get to decide who gets to stay, who gets to go, what I choose to entertain, what I choose to reject. Okay. And here we have the coffee maker. A lot of things are brewing in your life. Okay. Something important is what is currently brewing in your life. Something positive. Okay. This is not a change that you need to fear. Divine timing is at work here. Your life, your path is being divinely protected. Okay. Divine timing is playing a huge role in the way that events unfold. How much time do I have? Okay. Let's see what else wants to come through. What else does this collective need to know? You're remembering your magnificence, and this message is also a reminder of that. It's a reminder of what you truly deserve, what you have always deserved, but maybe at a certain point in time, you had settled for less. At a certain point in time, you experienced a lot of darkness, a lot of heartache, because you weren't seeing yourself clearly. You were accepting what you thought you deserved, but your soul knew you deserved more. These people, these other painful situations, they were just a distraction from your truth, okay? They were an illusion, but you have chosen to raise your vibration, which is why you are attracting more aligned experiences and connections, okay? Yeah, that's all the time that I have. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I also offer personal readings in my website, in my bio, for those who are interested.